Hey guys, welcome to another YouTube video, and in this video I'm going to be answering some of your questions that you left me on Instagram. A couple of days ago I asked you guys what questions you had about languages, and you guys sent me a few, so I'm going to answer some of them now. One person asked, what do you recommend I use to learn Chinese? Also, should I learn the spoken language first, then the written language, or should I learn both at the same time? Learning Chinese, at least Mandarin, is a little bit tricky because there are a lot of components that make up the language. So what I suggest that you do first is learn Pinyin, which is basically the romanization of Chinese words, and also learn tones and the tone markers. That will make learning Chinese a whole lot easier once you know the tones. Also learn the numbers of the tones and the tone markers. And then as you progress, start to learn a little bit of the characters. Don't try to force yourself to learn a ton of characters, but kind of just naturally learn a few here and there. And also the spoken language is very, very important, so I would practice that a lot. Now, resources to use to learn Chinese, there are a ton of resources out there. One resource I've been using lately is Memrise. What's nice about that is that there are a lot of courses on Mandarin Chinese. You can do anything from the first 500 characters that you should know, and tones and different subjects like adjectives, top 100 verbs. I think it's a very well-rounded course. If you want a little bit more information a little bit quicker, I use Mango Languages a lot, but also if you remember a couple of weeks ago I did a review for Living Language, and if you want to really learn the language well in a short period of time, I suggest that you use that one. So if you want to check that out, click the link right there, and then that will explain what the program is about to see if you want to do that. Somebody else asked, how can I help my boys learn Spanish? Now, remember that program I just talked to you about? It's Memrise. I think that's really good for young people because when you get answers right on the course, you get points. And then there's leaderboards, and you can kind of have like a competition and more of like a game. And I think that will get your kids interested in learning Spanish. As well, there are a lot of different courses for Spanish, not just one that you have to stick to, and it's really well-rounded, and you can do a bunch of things from like animals to colors to very useful words, and also kind of just be observant to see what words you use the most and then pinpoint those and teach them so that you're teaching your kids words that they're always going to be using. Somebody asked, I want to learn ASL. How should I or where should I start? There's a lot of ASL. There's this one man on YouTube, here on YouTube, and also he has a website. His name is Vicar. I really encourage you to go over there if you want a lot of information on ASL and you're just ready to dive in. As well, I do some ASL videos. If you just want to refresh your memory, learn a few new words here and there, definitely stay tuned to my channel, hit the subscribe button, and also stay tuned to my Instagram because I post a lot of ASL videos on Instagram. I'm always posting ASL mini lessons and just cool things in the deaf community, so definitely follow me over there. But I'll put the links to all that in the description. Somebody else asked, is there a way to get fluent in Russian in the course of 1 year? Yes. It may be very difficult, but it's definitely possible. The thing though in Russian is you have to find balance. Sometimes the grammar can be so overwhelming that it clouds out all other portions of the language, so I would encourage you to be very balanced with your learning. Definitely do a lot of vocab and practice and listening comprehension, but also focus on reading and writing, and then throw in a little bit of grammar here and there. And tackle grammar in very small portions, and then master each of those small portions, and then it will become this huge picture that kind of starts to make sense. If you know me, I really don't like Russian grammar. It's very complex and difficult, but if you stick to a schedule and you're determined, I think you can do it in 1 year. The final question asks, what do you plan to do with the languages you learn, and how will you maintain your new languages? Of course, you guys know I'm one of Jehovah's Witnesses, and I'm always going to be using my languages to that end, teaching people about the Bible and about God, and just helping them to live better lives. Other than that, I just want to befriend people that speak other languages and get to know people on a personal level, because people make up cultures and their experiences are so rich and so interesting that I want to really just have these relationships with these people and to learn even more about these cultures and about these people. With regarding new languages and maintaining new languages, I've been thinking about that a lot lately, about how much I'll be able to do. But what is very crucial for me, especially in the past 6 months of my language learning, is reviewing and practicing. It may seem a little bit tedious because you say, oh, I've already learned all of this, but it's really important to continue to review what you've learned, to really get it in your mind, and then it kind of becomes very easy and very fluent in your mind, and you are like, you know the word for a certain thing without even having to think about it that much. And that bleeds over into conversation, and then that helps you get ultimately fluent in a language. And that's what I've been working on with myself. Also having realistic goals. Before, I really wanted to get fluent in all the languages that I'm learning, and I still do, but the way I'm going about it is a little bit different. I'm going to be making a video pretty soon, maybe this week or next week, explaining my view of languages in a more detailed way. Okay, I hope I answered some of your questions. If I didn't answer your question, I will probably DM you on Instagram answering your question, and I hope that I can help you guys with your language learning and just your questions and your curiosities. Okay, like I mentioned before, on my Instagram, I post a lot of stuff about ASL, and also Monday through Friday, I teach languages like Haitian Creole, Vietnamese, Punjabi, and other languages. So definitely follow me over there if you are a language geek like me. Okay, thank you guys so much for watching, and until next time, I'm Marcus from Learning with Marcus. See you guys in the next video.